Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to Cruznik's Purgatory. I'm your host, Cruznik X. Alongside me, as always, Arya Stormborn.
Hey,
This is it, the last leg of the race. Wait, where's Jessica? So Jessica knows I got the gear. Anyways, so this is it, the last leg of the race. The last leg of the race for the 5.0 storyline for Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. In the last episode, we learned more about the history behind the reason why the source was split into 13. And we now have our way into the capital. So, let's, before we start off with the final quest of the Shadowbringer storyline, let's talk with each of our gang and see their opinions. Alphino is lost in thought, his eyes downcast. There is, however, no sign of the self-doubt which once assailed him at the falling snows. Thank God. Y'shtola meets your gaze with a strained smile. You seem to recall her wearing the selfsame expression when speaking with Lys and Runar. Urianger glances your way, his expression hesitant. You can see the struggle as he agonizes over the words he wishes to say. Thancred stares quietly into the distance. He seems calm and assured. His easy stance born of confidence rather than false bravado. Reen appears to be brooding over her choices, her faintly trembling hands betraying her mounting trepidation. So yeah, nobody's talking. Anyways, it's time to put an end to this. Now, keep in mind that we are going to be trying to do this in as much as we can with as little breaks as possible. So, for those of you watching on Twitch, be sure to keep watching throughout the entire live stream. But for those of you on YouTube, I apologize for however many videos this takes. Anyways, let's get right down to it with the final quest in the Shadowbringer storyline. The aforementioned level 80 quest, Shadowbringers. Do you remember that talk we had atop the tower in Mordsuk? I'm still of the same mind now as I was then. I won't abandon you. I don't abandon you. You don't abandon me. And together, we make a difference in this fight. There's always hope if we look for it. I saw it again and again as you tore those veils of light from the sky. If we keep taking that next step forward, there's a chance we'll find a way to save you. So no matter how long it takes, or how much it hurts, you can count on me to keep on walking. Let's speak with Alphino. Valtteri spoke of the disaster we would bring upon our own heads. The ceaseless conflict. Imagine how he would sneer to see what's become of the first, not to mention your perilous predicament. And yet, who can deny the fire your deeds have ignited in the people's hearts? You achieved what my logic and ideals never could, uniting disparate peoples under the banner of hope and common purpose. Without you, that giant Talos would never have raised its head. I have borne witness to many such miracles at your side. It would do so again. This is but another obstacle in the road. So come, let us travel it. Drag me through wonder and danger, as you are wont to do, and I shall endeavor not to slow you down. Urianger, as well thou knowest, if we are to usher Emet-Selch unto his rest, we must needs bind his Ascian soul, and then scatter it with overwhelming force. The former task requireth oversight, and such I have prepared, upon the Exarch's asking no less, though 'twas ever mine intent to provide said boon. The future whence our noble friend doth hail is a world fallen to Ascian artifice, and he would not see such grim history repeated. In a sense, Emet-Selch's destruction will be the culmination of the Exarch's efforts, a reward for all he hath endured these many years. Yet even as thou stridest into the jaws of peril, forget not but that his fondest wish, and that of many others besides, is to see thee survive unto the morrow. 'Tis in pursuit of that happiest of outcomes that I do pledge to remain at thy side. Y'shtola? Our time in the First has been a never-ending succession of trials, as arduous as our path in Source ever was. Yet, through all our journeys together, through that deep and foreboding wood, you have helped me to stay true to my convictions. Thus would I return the favor. Do as your heart decrees, without hesitation or regret. And that is all I will say on the matter. Thancred? Well, this has put everyone in a solemn mood, hasn't it? Honestly, we're not even sure this will be the end of it. But I suppose we should speak our minds when we have the opportunity. You taught me that much in Armorang. So, forgive me this moment of sentiment, Chris. By dragging me into this sorry mess, you've given me the chance to think and act as I should have. For Reen's sake. Words cannot express how much this has changed my life, or how grateful I am for your support. So, I shall express my gratitude through action instead. No matter where you decide to go, I will be there, guarding your back. Reen? When Minfilia entrusted me with her power, she warned me that no matter how strong you become, you can still fall victim to despair. You can still feel powerless. And she was right. After you collapsed on Mount Gulg, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. If I made a mistake, if I failed to bind the light within you, I was terrified you would die. Even now, you could be moments from turning, and I wouldn't know how to save you. You, Thancred, the others, you've all been there when I needed help. Minfilia surrendered her life to me, her legacy. I should be ready to do the same for you. And I want to, I do, but I just... I'm not good enough. She told me to follow your example, and I tried. I really tried. Then you shouldn't hang your head. I shouldn't?
Fate can be cruel, but a smile better suits a hero.
I'm not sure Actually, never mind. I think I'll understand it better if I try it for myself. No, nothing will come of brooding here in self-pity. I've made my decision, Chris. I'm going with you.
Good. Let's go. The ticking clock of the background music just continues to remind you that we're running out of time. Welcome to the capital. All visitors must present an official writ of permission before admittance will be granted. Your documents appear to be in order. You may proceed into the capital, but any guest you may choose to bring with you must remain in your vicinity at all times.
This really is unacceptable. I gave you very specific instructions.
Yeah, well, your instructions were bullshit.
Emet-Selch. My invitation was for an abomination, ripe with the power to bring about the world's annihilation. Not this half-broken thing. Whatever am I to do with you? And I see you insist on keeping the same familiar company. Are you so lost without them?
It is not he who is lost without the familiar. Not content with remaking an entire city, you aim to fill it with the reconstituted souls of the dead.
I may have gotten a little carried away in my attention to detail. Added a few unnecessary flourishes. Well, there's no point trying to hide it. Yes. Once the rejoining of worlds is complete, Zodiac will regain his full strength and shatter his prison. Then we shall offer up the Source's remaining inhabitants in sacrifice, that we might resurrect our brethren who died to bring Zodiac into existence. But what was it that you came here to do exactly?
We came here for the Exarch.
Well, you can't have him. The wisdom that man guards may open up new worlds of possibilities. He has unlocked the secrets of travel across the rift, and through time as well, it would seem. Quite an accomplishment for one of his incomplete nature. I must explore the limits of his capabilities, and harness that power for the Ardor. Even now, after everything, you refuse to see reason. You think it unfair that you are subject to suffering? That your lives will be sacrificed for the ancients? Look at me! I have lived 1,000 of your lives. I have broken bread with you, fought with you, grown ill, grown old, sired children, and yes, welcomed death's sweet embrace. For eons have I measured your worth and found you wanting. Too weak and feeble-minded to serve as stewards of any star.
That's not your decision to make.
Have your recent spats with Vorthri and his Sin Eaters taught you nothing? Have you not learned that your ignorance and frailty beget only endless misery? How long do you mean to perpetuate this farce? How much more must I endure your bumbling interference? Let us imagine that the laws of reality are again undone and the world faces true annihilation. Do you honestly believe that half your number would sacrifice themselves to save the other? Of course they wouldn't! And if you had witnessed history unfold as I have, you would reach the same conclusion. You cannot be entrusted with our legacy. I will bring back our brethren, our friends, our loved ones. The world belongs to us and us alone.
Gonna say something, Alphino?
Emet-Selch!
Looks like he just realized something.
We understand, truly, but it makes no difference. The ones you love are in the past, while ours are here in the present. One day, we too will be ashes and dust. But not today. Our time is not yet finished. We share your conviction, and that is why we will not abandon our course.
You think us the same? You think your tattered soul of equal worth to those I lost? Then come. Earn your place. Prove yourselves worthy to inherit this star.
So it begins.
Behold the coming oblivion. 'Twas the end of our era and the beginning of our great work. A fitting backdrop for your final judgment. I shall wait within, but do not spend too much time on your preparations. There's no telling how much longer the guest of honor will last.
He just had to pull a Sephiroth, didn't he? What?
I was just thinking that.
Amaro. Now accessible. Now accessible.